Hi, everyone. Thanks for visiting with me today. So, what you are looking at is the glue gun stand that I use. It's really super lightweight and never stays where I want it to. So, I thought I would put some weight in the bottom of it. And what I am using are water gremlin egg sinkers. They are for fishing. And I thought that I would just, they're really heavy. They're made out of lead, and you just want to be careful with all those lovely things. I'm not a fisherman, neither is my husband. We've both been, but neither one of us do. I just knew that I needed something heavy, and I tried a bunch of other things, and nothing actually worked the way I wanted it to. So I thought these would do the trick, and surprisingly, they actually fit with plenty of space down inside on the underside of the glue gun stand. And so I thought, well, a piece of lightweight chipboard and some shelf liner, and I would see what I could get done with that. So here we go. So I cut a little circle out of that shelf liner and just wasn't quite sure. Did I get it big enough? Was it going to actually hold it? I didn't want it to stick all the way out to the edges because inevitably it gets hung up on stuff. So there's that. But I thought I would ink around the edges of this piece of chipboard so that it would kind of blend in a little bit more with the bottom. And yeah, so there we go. Ink it all up. So there's that. Let's see what else. You're getting a voiceover today because when I film this, that's like a single package of the egg sinkers already glued in, and I just trying to convince myself that that was going to be heavy enough and hold it like I wanted it to. And when I was actually doing that right there, I was like feeling it going, is that heavy enough? Is it heavy enough? Decided it wasn't heavy enough. So there's that. But you guys are getting a voiceover today because when I filmed this, I was actually had a little bit, my voice was hoarse, and for some strange reason, when I watched it back, it was like, wow, I've got nothing on that one. So figured I'd better give you guys a voiceover. And yeah, not real good at that, but bear with me. So I've decided that I need to put more weight in this thing. So just gonna glue them in, and you'll see me do that right there. Anybody who's new to my channel, if you need to see more content or whatever, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and remember to ring the little bell for all the notifications. And for everybody else, everyone, thanks for being here and thanks for watching with me. So, but you can see I'm just gluing more of these sinkers in, and anybody who decides to do this to theirs and you want to get rid of the glue strings, remember that when you're using that heat tool, that this lead thing, it heats up really super fast and holds the heat for a minute. So watch your fingers when you're doing that, because those sinkers do get really hot and they melt surprisingly easily. So still trying to decide if that's enough weight in there. Thinking not quite enough, but we're getting there. And they're heavy, but they're not so heavy that it's like big and heavy and awkward to pick up, because it's really not. I just knew that I needed enough weight that when I put that shelf liner on there, that it was going to stay where I put it and not slide when I'm taking the glue gun in and out. And one more, needed just one more to put that in there. So just about there. There we go. One last one. Get rid of the glue strings. It was kind of chilly in my craft room on that day. I'm really surprised. I mean, we've had tons and tons of snow, but those glue strings on the ends were kind of sharp and really pokey. So I thought, you know what, got to get rid of those and do that. So there, I've decided plenty enough weight now. So I'm going to glue this piece on there. I knew when I started with the hot glue, I kept thinking to myself, this thing isn't going to stick. It's not going to stick. It's not going to stick. So I thought, a really good job here with the precision tip and get the glue on there. And hopefully it was going to stick. But I knew that the second that it touched, that it just was not going to. And you'll see me put it down, and then promptly I'm peeling glue off because I knew I was going to have to go with wet glue. And so I went with the Aleene's wet glue, and you'll see that just here in a second. And I'm kind of partially off the screen on that, but there it is, Aleene's Tacky, putting it on there. And for those of you that don't know, you can actually get Aleene's Tacky glue in a clear glue as well. So there's always that. But so I get that on there and restick the base. And I needed a little bit of weight for it, so I put my hot glue sticks on top of it. There you go. And still trying to decide, was that piece of shelf liner going to be big enough? And I didn't want to stick it down with wet glue because I knew it would squeeze through. And anybody who's ever used wet glue, you know that it is, like when it dries clear, which is great, but it's still a little bit slick. So I opted for double-sided sticky tape instead. So there's that. And at the end of my video, I actually have a better picture of these water gremlin egg sinkers. And they're not expensive at all. You can get them in the fishing section at Walmart or just about anywhere. And there are a lot of different shapes and sizes and things that you can use. But so now I'm looking at it, and I'm trying to tell you that there are a lot of different ways. That's the way SureBonder says to use this. And that the glue gun stand actually has a little white silicone piece that's supposed to catch the drips from your glue gun, but you know what, it never really worked for me that way. So there's all different kinds of ways you can put that thing in there, and I'll show you how how I use it when I'm doing it. So there you go. That's the way I use it, just like that. And I actually have a small sheet of craft mat that mine drips onto if it ever drips. But in reality, if you use the right glue sticks with a SureBonder glue gun, mine never drips. So I don't have to worry about that. But so there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. You'll see a picture here in just a second. There you go. Those are the egg sinkers that I used. So thanks everyone for watching. Bye now.